Hi everyone, welcome back again to our channel WHY&TEE. My name is Adeyemi.
And my name is Temidire. We share content about faith, love, comedy, and lifestyle. Today, we're going to be talking about how we decided to come to our MBA in the US, our journey so far, and give insights in case you're considering on embarking on the same journey like we are doing.
Yeah, it's really about what it is like to start an MBA, living as a couple in the US. The decision, it's a tough one, and I'm sure you really want to get more insight how we're able to do this. It is important to let our audience know that you came to the US first for your MBA. You made that decision first, and before I joined. Yeah, so I would like to ask, can you share a bit about your background and how you decided, to pursue an MBA?
I'm a first-class graduate of civil engineering.
Wow,
from Nigeria, from a Nigerian university, right? And I worked in the civil engineering industry for 4 years and decided that I didn't want to work with structures anymore. I wanted to work with people, products. I'm passionate about people, products, and planets, sustainability, Right. And I moved from the civil engineering industry into the CPG industry. I worked as a brand manager in a
What's CPG for?
Okay, consumer packaged goods company.
Okay, nice.
That's what it's called here in the US. I worked as a brand manager in a top multinational company in Nigeria, where I managed different brands and I did a lot of online and offline marketing campaigns. I launched products, right?
Wow, nice.
Yes, I did that. And I did that for a while. I did that for 4 years in the CPG industry. And I met a friend while I was working, and I told him my story about how since I graduated, because I got a first class, and I told him I've been trying to further my education. I've applied to the UK, I applied to Canada, I applied to European schools, and I've been having admissions, right? But it was just the funding. And it was like, you need to consider an MBA because you've actually worked for a period of years that is actually good. And I applied for my MBA, and while he was telling me about that, I told him I didn't want to write GRE. And if you want to travel, there are some basic things you have to have. You have to have written IELTS or TOEFL. Those are the English tests. And for an MBA, most schools will ask you for GRE or GMAT. And I told him I didn't want to write that. Although I've written IELTS, I've written TOEFL, but I didn't want to write GRE, right? And that was it. And it was like, Temi, I'm going to collect a list of schools that do not require GRE. So he did that for me. And the truth is, after the COVID-19 in 2020, most schools were already waiving the GRE or GMAT, right? And that was it for me. He got a school for me. I applied to like a few of them, and there was just this one that got my attention. And I'm here now.
Wow. Amazing journey, right? Especially transitioning from engineering, to marketing, CPG. I mean, that's. But how easy was that for you, transitioning from engineering to marketing?
Okay, so I would say it is not easy, right? It is not easy because I had to take up it's not a big role I took up in the CPG company, but I used it as a stepping stone into what I wanted for myself.
Wow, amazing. What role was that?
Was being an executive assistant to the manufacturing director, customer supply chain director, and the managing director. I did all those. And they saw that I was hardworking. This girl is so ambitious. And I got into the brand management role in marketing.
Wow, amazing.
Yeah.
So do you want to tell our audience, because I know a lot of people might also be considering, maybe transitioning from one industry or role to the other, or perhaps considering pursuing an MBA, you want to tell them why the US? Have you applied to some other schools in other countries before, and why eventually, the US?
So while I was speaking, I mentioned that I applied to several schools and I was having admission, but it was just the funding. So you should know something about the US. The US has a lot of funding. They have numerous amount of schools, and you just have to do your research well and find the one that is right for you, right? So I chose the US because it has quality education. Like, you can also research it too. They have schools with quality education. US has the biggest economy, and I also chose it because of the networking opportunities and global exposure. I'll tell you that there's a lot of diversity, equity, and inclusion here in the US. US is home to everyone. I would say that. I hope you agree with me. US is open to everyone.
So, yeah. Do you want to tell us about which school you're pursuing your MBA currently? What year? Tell us a bit.
Okay. So I'm pursuing my MBA at the University of California, Davis, Graduate School of Management. It's one of the top US school, top in the US and top in California. Okay,
what level are you?
I'm currently in my second year.
Okay, so I know, perhaps I know maybe in another episode we'll tell our audience about the admission process, how it was and all of that. But do you want to tell us, since arriving in the US, okay, maybe I should take the question like this, right?
Okay.
We're married just before you arrived to the US, and we're apart for like a year. I know it was hard for you, but let me leave you to express yourself. How was it? How did you cope? For 1 year that we're apart.
It was very hard, right? It was very hard, right? I know you can relate. For someone that just got married and you had to come almost like immediately. There was no turning back, right? I've gotten my US visa. I was waiting and trying to get. And I needed to leave. It was very hard, and this is what you normally call long distance relationship, long distance marriage. It was hard. I keep saying this hard because that's to show you the extent to which it was hard. We talked for every single day, and what even made it harder is the time difference. It's in this part of the US, California, it's 8 hours behind Nigeria. From the beginning, from November, I think it's from April to November. It's
mostly
8 hours.
8 hours, except for late fall and winter.
So that is how to even say. So 8 hours, 9 hours difference. So you can imagine how. And he was also working in Nigeria, so we're always targeting time to come back from work, and I'm not doing school work. But the truth is, I had to sacrifice some things. That's the truth. Like,
you want to tell them?
For you to make it work, you have to sacrifice a lot of things. I had to read. I have to do assignments. But there are some times I had to I will not say leave my assignment, but I had to I will not say procrastinate, but I had to leave my assignments to when it was close to deadline, so that I could talk to him because he needed to sleep to go to work. So it was a lot of things. We actually need to do a video talking about long distance marriage, how we coped.
I totally agree.
Right. We're always talking every single day. I can't remember a day we didn't talk.
I remember one day we didn't talk.
Okay. I cannot remember.
I remember there's a particular day we didn't talk. And I think I was just a bit, I was considerate with the fact that I could see in your schedule that you were very busy. I think maybe you were having meetings, you were having events, networking events, and I didn't call. And I remember that waking up the next day for me, you called and you were so moody and sad that I didn't call. And I was like, no, everything is fine with me, right? I'm just being considerate, thinking that you will have fatigue from all your
activities. And I also wanted to tell them, I will tell you that it is God, like it's just with God's help. It's not with our human strength or understanding of each other. Yeah, just like even from the basis of this relationship or this marriage, God has been the center, right? And we always look to Him to pull strength, to gather strength, to get strength. Yeah, for this.
Yeah, so I think a lot of our audience will be interested in knowing, what are the social differences, what are the ones you've observed, so far with your time in the US. Yeah.
So there are actually several, right? But there are some that that cannot go without being noticed. Yeah, the first is food. I miss Nigerian food. And the truth is, you can actually get Nigerian food here, foodstuffs here, but it is really expensive. There are African stores you can go to get it. But the truth is, you miss Nigerian food. To be honest, even the white rice they eat here, they don't even take
It's different.
They don't even take white rice and stew. They just eat rice like that. And their rice is very gummy. I think they call it rice pudding.
Yeah.
Rice, I know, it should be see the grain separating, right?
Yeah.
So food is different. Then pepper, like there's no pepper in their food. Then salad, they eat a lot of salad. Like let's be honest, between me and you, in Nigeria, do we take salads like that? Right?
Salad is a main dish, yeah.
Yeah, and I would say that when I arrived in the US, I've taken more fruits than I've ever taken in my entire life.
Yeah, fruit is
because
big,
it's very accessible, right? It's very accessible. So that's that about food, right? And second is coping with accents, right? As Nigerians, as Africans, we have different accents. So in order for my classmates, my lecturers, my professors, my friends here to hear me, those that are not Nigerians or Africans, I have to speak really slowly. Although I try to speak like them, and my husband would be like, Temi, just speak in your Nigerian way and just slow down. And that has really worked for me. So you have to slow down if you want them to hear you. Especially for interview purpose too. You need to slow down and speak in your normal way. So you're very comfortable, right? You don't need to like say, oh, I want to speak like them so they can hear me.
Yeah.
I won't agree to that, right?
Yeah.
And
what are the
weather. The weather. Like there's so much cold. I know the summer here in California was really, really hot. I don't think Nigeria is that hot, except in the northern regions. Yeah, it's really hot.
About 49 degrees Celsius.
Yeah, so it's very
around
hot.
120 degrees Fahrenheit during summer.
Yeah.
It's literally like having, fireplace beside you.
It was so hot.
I was shocked actually, but I mean, today is not about my experience.
Yeah.
It's about you.
So summer is really hot, and when it comes to the fall, winter, it's very cold. You have to wear a jacket. We're in fall now. This is November. I'm cold. Like my feet now are really cold.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Like you have to wear jackets and you have to just really keep up and all, right? Then another thing is the greeting, right? Americans, they like small talks in terms of like you reach out to someone, you don't just go straight into what you're talking about, what you want to talk about, what you want to ask. You say, how's your family, how's your dog? And they're always like excited to tell you, oh, my dog, oh my god, she pulled the cabinet down, I just bought her a tunnel, and this was, I'm telling you, they love small talk. So you have to get used to it, right? You should be open to also sharing about your family.
Yeah.
Oh, my husband and I, we went out last night. Yeah. It was incredible. We visited this mall. We visited this restaurant. It was amazing. You should try it. I'm just telling you like examples of small talks, right? And lastly is the time difference, right? I think I mentioned it, right? It's 8 hours and 9 hours. Nigeria is 8 hours and 9 hours behind.
No, Nigeria is ahead. It's 9 hours ahead of us.
Thanks for that. Yeah. So that's a few. There are many more, right?
Okay. Yeah. Thank you so much for sharing. I mean, all of that. Really amazing insights. I know that our audience, you're expecting a lot. Yes, I know. we have a lot more to share.
Yeah.
However, if there is a particular topic you want us to share, right, you can put that in the comment section. You can subscribe to our channel, put that in the comment section. We're here because of you. You know, experience, they say, is the best teacher, but you don't have to experience it yourself. You can learn from the experience of others, right? It's been a wonderful time.
Sharing
on the
my
couch.
journey
Maybe we should call this place On the Couch.
Oh my god, no, you know, you're copying someone.
Copy someone. Oh.
Yeah, I've heard On the Couch before.
Okay, so it's been a wonderful time here. Expect more from Y&T. Have a great day. Yeah.